This is KBOI 2 News this morning.
It's about 6:14. The Medal of Honor. It's the highest military honor given to those who have done extraordinary acts of heroism on the battlefield. The latest recipient, Captain Gary Rose, for saving dozens of soldiers' lives during a classified mission. David Martin has his story.
Mike Gary Rose was a Green Beret medic in 1970 when he and 15 other Americans were sent on a top-secret mission inside Laos.
This was a relatively cleared area,
which helps explain why it took so long to award him the Medal of Honor.
It wasn't what we were doing, it was where we were doing it. This was really why it was classified.
Laos was officially a neutral country where the U.S. military could not go, but the North Vietnamese were using it as a base camp from which to launch attacks into South Vietnam. So the U.S. military went in secret. All Rose was told was to bring extra medical supplies.
What does that tell you about the mission?
It's going to be a tough one, and it proved to be.
Helicopters carried the Americans and a company of about 120 Montagnard tribesmen 50 miles inside Laos.
We took 2 casualties going in, and we hit the ground running, and it became a running gun battle for the next 4 days, which seemed like one long day.
This is the one picture that exists from those 4 days, taken during a rare break in the fighting. According to the citation, Rose continuously exposed himself to intense fire as he fearlessly moved from casualty to casualty. He is credited with treating 60 to 70 wounded.
If I had done anything less than what I did on those 4 days, I would have failed myself, and the guy on my left, and the guy on my right.
Rose himself was hit by shrapnel in the foot.
How bad was the wound to your foot?
It was about that deep, about big around my thumb.
That would qualify as a serious wound.
In that location, in that environment, yeah, not a serious wound.
Rose was on the last chopper out and saved the life of a crewman who had been shot through the neck.
He was going into shock, and I remember leaning down to him, and I said, can you say this on TV?
Try it.
Listen, you stupid, if you're going to die, you'd already be dead. And he came out of shock.
3 Montagnards were killed on the mission, but all the Americans came out alive. Here they are the next day with Rose on crutches. 5 decades later, he's accepting the Medal of Honor on behalf of all the soldiers who fought in Laos. He could be accepting it on behalf of any soldier who's ever been in a desperate situation.
You just keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's what you do. I mean, either that or you give up. Are you going to give up? No, you're not going to give up.
Sounds simple until you try to live or die by it. David Martin, CBS News, Huntsville, Alabama.